I don't know what it is, but there's definitely a magic to this facility and Sun Studio and this whole part of town. This studio, Sam Phillips Recording, I first came here in 1993 and made my first full-length record in this facility. And from the moment I came here, I fell in love with it. From that moment on, I wanted to work here. And so it's a dream of mine to be here now and to be a recording engineer here at Sam Phillips Recording. It's been a studio here since 1960, continually operating since then. It hasn't ever closed, and a lot of really great records, a lot of hit records have been made here, and it's a pretty magical room that Sam Phillips designed and built. This was originally a muffler shop in the early 50s, built as a muffler shop, and then a few years later, completely converted into a recording facility. I don't know what it is, but there's definitely a magic to this facility and Sun Studio and this whole part of town. When you come here and you go by and you see that neon sign at Sun, and then you come here and you see the really amazing facade of the building here at 639 Madison. There's not too many mid-century modern buildings that are still preserved like this studio is, so I get excited every day that I come here. There's a lathe here for making masters for vinyl records, and I mean, they're working around the clock in there every day. Like at this point, I mean, they started off doing like local bands, but now like they're doing like Pink Floyd and Beatles and stuff. Maybe not Beatles, but like I think they did a Paul McCartney cut one of his records, but they're doing like getting major label projects in there now, and they're kind of becoming one of the preeminent places that you go to have your master made for a vinyl record. And with Memphis record pressing here and them here, it's really, Memphis has like a kind of a cool vinyl manufacturing cottage industry going these days that they're part of here. I'd say Royal Studios and Sam Phillips Recording here in Memphis are probably two of the longest continually running recording studios in America, possibly the world, I'm not sure. You can't overlook what happened at 706 Union over at Sun Studio. I mean, that if it weren't for what happened there, I mean, it just, that was like where rock and roll was born. That's where, Elvis, Howlin' Wolf, B.B. King, Ike Turner all made their first recordings over there. You're always going to have people from all over the world that make that pilgrimage. I mean, this area of Memphis, it's just unbelievable, the people who come here to visit Sun Studio. And while they're visiting Sun, they need to eat lunch, they need to get a coffee, they might want, a drink somewhere, they might want to go hear a live band, they might want to do some shopping. So we're right around the corner from there. So I think that's a big draw too. What makes this neighborhood unique is it's in between downtown and midtown. So, downtown Memphis, it's a little bit harder sometimes to find parking and to navigate. Midtown is a little bit more spread out, not quite as walkable. This is like kind of the best of both worlds because it's concentrated enough where it's walkable and you can go, you don't have to drive, but it's not so concentrated that you can't find parking if you're in a car. It's easy to navigate. Well, I already see things going in a positive direction here. The restaurants that have opened up in the past 10 years have all, they're all still here and they're been consistent and they're doing well. And I look forward to, music programming happening down in this part of town, and music festivals and more opportunities for live music to happen here. I think the more things like that happen, I think there'll be even more activity that comes here in the entertainment and recording studio sector. And there's already a few studios here, and maybe we'll get a record store down here and more things like that could happen.